okay, you would see the some things that point to those results. Yeah, maybe not the worksheet itself, because that will be in your mail, but just to give a direction as to how things would go. Right. And so, like I said, this is a practical budgeting class. I want to almost assure you that it's almost nothing like you have ever encountered before. I'm going to be sharing my screen shortly. Remy, remember the rule. Once it gives me grief like this, you're sharing from your end because you're hosts too, right? But let me attempt to share from here. Okay. At the end of this little brief session, we would be expected it will be expected that we now have a better understanding of our money triggers. We understand budgeting from the angle of self-leadership. We understand budgeting from our mindset, not just the way we normally hear budgeting, put so amount for this, put so another person will be on all these coaches. I'm not sure that they know what's doing me here. So like I was researching, like I put when I was putting my slides together, there are people you can't even tell about budgets because they don't earn all the time. And I'm sure some of us on this call can relate. Yeah. If you do not earn all the time, then it means that we can't do that. You have to, by force, by fire, you have to keep a certain budget, right? Remy?
Yes,
Remy?
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm trying to share my slide and it's giving me a little brief. Are you able to share from your end?
Let me see if I can share.
I put my phone as backup here, but I know that I really want to do this from the system. So yeah. Please, how many people are on the call currently?
We have 7.
7 persons. Okay, so I have a little exercise that I normally do for ice-breaking session. Basically, it's to get where our minds are at, because at every different time, we can't all be at the same point. So while I have very exciting things that lets me, peruse into people's minds, into my participants' mind, for this class, I chose an icebreaker that is rooted around money. So I would be asking one question around money. I hope that people will answer me without me prompting. Because you see, once I'm on the mic like this, I used to be like God. So you don't answer me like this, I'm calling you out and I can already see names. So yes, if you had $8,000, it was deposited into your account as we speak. What will be your next move? Who's going to answer me on that? What will be your next move? Anybody can unmute and answer. If you had 8,000 naira, you just left. By the time you woke up, those are lots. Bams, just see your job account, $8,000. What will you do? Elizabeth, can you help us? Hi. Elizabeth or Seki
Yes,
Lola?
hello everyone.
Okay, hi Elizabeth.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, if I have $8,000 right now deposited into my account, what I should be funding should be my investment account.
Okay, am I the one that my volume is a little funny? Can we all hear her loud and clear?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. It's just a little faint, but yes, please go on.
Okay. I said if I have $8,000 funded into my account right now, what I should be doing is pay up my investment class and then fund my investment account.
Investments. This class is full of pros. Who else has another thing that they will do with $8,000? $8,000 that you did not plan, that just landed in your account and is yours, not illegal. What would you do? One more person, please. Thank you, Remy. We can see that you're setting up already. Any other person? Segilola, can you talk where you are? My time is going fast. I don't intend to keep us waiting. Yeah. Okay, Segi says she can't talk where she is. Any other person who can tell us? Remy, what would you do with $8,000? Madam Remilekun of the Mindshift Series Academy, what would you do? Oh, Sekilola says she would actually invest the money. Remy, what would you do with the money? Is Remy there? Can you hear me? What would you do?
I'm trying to help you to share your screen. But since you have called me, so for me, if I have $8,000, I'll rather put it in an investment.
Nobody has talked about splurging. No, let me be hearing you people. I'm listening.
So I'd rather put it in an investment.
You put it in an investment.
Yeah, forex investment because I understand the downturn. So I'd rather put that money where the value will appreciate.
Okay.
And because for me, it now also depends on how the money is actually coming. So is it coming from, is it like a cash gift? Do you understand?
Yeah, or did you just, is it coming as, like I said, asset-based? You're up now, money.
So the way I'm going to spread it is going to be determined by how the money actually came.
Okay.
So, but for me, top priority would be investment.
Okay, I'm liking that we're not forming in this class, because immediately I did not see splurge at all. I began to wonder, is this how you people used to do in Mindshift Academy? Yeah. But I saw Sekilola say she will put a percentage for self-care. So basically, the reason why at times we're unable to just say, oh, this is a windfall and it's going, oh, yes, you can. And it's going all to, Abby, thank you. Yes, you can start sharing. I'm on page 4 already of my slide. Yeah. Right after the ice-breaking session. Yeah. So the reason why at times you cannot just say, oh, all of this is going into investments is that we have family and we have needs and we have wants and we have, people who depend on us. So imagine my daughter knowing that mommy has close to so amount, just one talk, mommy, So at times, having a little percentage for splurge may not make you bad. Like I said, this is a no judgment zone. I just wanted to know what our thoughts is. So very quickly, let's talk about budgeting. What do you understand by budgeting? What have they told you about budgeting? A little definition. I hate doing textbook definitions, but yeah, it is what it is. Abby, what is your definition of budgeting?
Kindly pass the question. I'm trying to get your slides up right now.
What did you say? Hi, Abby, are you there? Abby,
I'm trying to sort your slides.
Okay, you're trying to sort my slides. So let me see. Ifeoluwa, what is your definition of budgeting? Ifeoluwa Joseph, you can type if you cannot talk. Ifeoluwa, are you there? If Ifeoluwa doesn't respond, I am going to have to. Okay, hi, Ife. What's your definition of budgeting, please? I believe you're typing, so I'm going to wait for just 30 seconds and then we'll keep it moving. In very simple terms, spending allocation. Thank you, Segilola, for that. A spending allocation, okay? I believe Ifeoluwa was going to type something. Uncle Peter is here too, so I believe that we're learning from his wisdom, yeah? So yes, what is budgeting? Having something in mind. I like that. Having something in mind and planning ahead before getting it. Thank you. All right. So I like to define budgeting as telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went to, right? Because yes, I have a fancy definition in my slide, but really it is actually, have there been weekends when you just collect money, you just collect 100,000 naira like that? Hi, Peter. You collect one money like that, and then the next thing, on Monday, you're wondering what happened to my money. Yeah? You didn't tell it where to go. You were just picking. You were picking. A little, mommy, we just want to do this. Oh, milk has finished. And you were picking it, and then it finished. So budgeting is like a spending that helps you, a spending plan like Segi said, the spending plans that helps you decide how to spend your money. Easy breezy, yeah? But the reason why we're delving into budgeting today is that beyond what it means, beyond just the book knowledge, there is plenty other things that we have to look out for in practically working at budgeting. Yeah? So a budget lets you tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went to, right? Okay. So, thank you. Okay. We have a few budgeting methods. And before we go into these budgeting methods, I want to let you know that, like I said, we won't be doing textbook definitions. We will not be doing, oh, this is what the book says. We will be looking at why we are how we are. A big part of what happens with our money is based on our mindset, right? But very quickly, I want to run us through a few of the one major budgeting method that people are used to, right? But maybe before I do that, maybe it is apt to ask, right? There's a budgeting method that uses percentages, and there's a percentages that is almost allowed, right? A percentage that is allowed that says, oh, this is what should go to this. Oh, this is what you should spend on rent. Anybody has heard about that kind of budgeting method before? A budgeting method that uses percentages. Don't forget that we're learning about how to apportion our money, right? The money that comes in for us, how to apportion it, right? Has anybody heard about a budget-based method that is percentage-oriented? Okay, so Elizabeth says yes. All right, Segi says no. So Elizabeth, what do you know about this particular kind of budgeting? This one that says this is what you should spend. What have you read about it? What do you know about it?
Yeah. For budgeting that has to do with setting aside certain percentages for certain projects, I think that has to do with when the person is actually aware of the inflow that comes in, and then they plan their life around the inflow that comes in, setting aside certain percentages, maybe for health, for education, for self development, like that and like that, into different segments until they cover up for the 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I
thank you. Okay, so I was looking forward to a certain percentage. There's the 50, 30, 20% rule in budgeting. This particular rule says that you already know how much you earn, either in your main income, in your side hustle, and all that. And then you decide that 50% of my budget will go to my living expenses. And then 30% of my budget will go to my wants, yeah? We'll do a budget breakdown that we will see now, right? So 50%, yes, Segila, the 50, 30, 20% rule. Thank you for scribing for me, yeah? So one goes to your living expenses. Those are needs. You can't do without it. They are always going to be there. Your rent, your food, your shelter, about everything, that you need to live life. It's there, right? The next 30% talks about your wants. Your wants, travel, your shoes, one bag that you've been eyeing since Christmas, just wants. However, and then the 20%, last 20% talks about your savings. Yeah, you're going to learn that having savings together can help your investments, when you finally decide to invest. But there are limitations to this kind of budgeting. This is the most popular form, but there are limitations to this kind of budgeting. Yeah, this particular budgeting assumes that everybody would always end steady. This particular kind of budgeting assumes that everybody may be a low-income earner. There are people I've seen on this call, and I know that they can't afford to spend 30% of their needs. They can't spend 30% of their money on wants. If you make all those kind of big money, how can you spend 30% on wants? Do you know what 30% even connotes? Yeah. So it means that we can't use that kind of method is quite popular. It's all that, but there are more practical ones. And today we're talking about practical-based budgeting, yeah? And I'd like to introduce us to something that I call budgeting from the angle of self-leadership, right? So if you want to self-lead, as I'm sure that you probably learn in the community all the time, the better part of it is being able to disciple yourself or discipline yourself to be able to, live within your means, hold back if you have to. And so at times, We should be more focused on our mindsets. We should be more focused on our value system. We should be more focused on those kind of things, because then and only then you will just listen to this class and you say, hey, what were we saying, Jerry? Let me go and lend money from my savings and go and use it to buy that thing that I need so that I will not be disgraced in the family. There's just a whole lot of things that goes into our money mindset. And I believe that we'll quickly rush through it now. So budgeting from the perspective of self-leadership, it involves taking proactive control of our financial resources to align with our personal goals, and our values. And I'll quickly look at, thank you, Abby. I see you've been working hard at this. We can keep going, keep moving. Please move it, move it a bit. Okay, next slide. Thank you. So the key elements of the self-leader, for instance, don't forget that we're talking about budgeting from the angle of self-leadership. It's what I believe can work on our mindset, can make it work, not just slam dunk, do 50% of this, do 30% of this. So this element of self-leadership, it speaks to your vision and values. It speaks to your goals. Is there anybody in this class? I sent a worksheet that can help with our goal setting. What do you want to achieve this year? And I don't intend that all of us will have gargantuan dreams. But somebody here can say, I want to travel this year, and I will set aside funds for it. Our lead coach at Mind Shift series, she goes to one certain retreat. I'll just be looking at her like, be acting as if all of us we're not thinking. But that's what she wants for herself, right? She says, I work so hard. At the end of the year, I want to be able to retreat. At times, if it's a hotel, then a resort, she has to plan for it, So what are your goals? Another one around key elements of self-leadership is self-awareness. Why do you do what you do? If you didn't have plenty money while you were growing up, the family you grew up in, you might have tendencies to hold back when spending money. Make it for no finish. Who can relate? I don't know if all of you grew up rich, but me, I can relate. Decision making. How do you make your decisions? Do you make emotional decisions and say things like, let me contribute to this thing that they're doing at work, so that I won't look like, some people are like that, right? But whatever it is you do, remember that discipling yourself, leading yourself would help you have better money patterns, right? Accountability. I believe that this has been flogged a lot in our community at Mindshift. Regularly review your progress and adjust your budget as needed. That's when we get to the budget. We will be breaking down the budget very soon. I just wanted to run through these key elements very quickly. Being able to adapt is another thing. There were people who on this call what they are earning right now is what they were earning when fuel was 197. Yes or yes? Good. Maybe some of you, they've done cost of living adjustment. For some of us, that's how we're looking. God is our helper, right? Practicing mindful spending and then having continuous learning, creating an emergency fund. I'll delve into the emergency fund bit as we go on in the class. I want to run through the slide quickly, right? And then having a long-term vision. If you have a long-term vision, then you understand that, simply because I just packed one at job, it's not the time to let them know on my streets that I have arrived. So in essence, self-leadership in budgeting involves aligning, exactly, thank you, aligning your financial choices with your personal vision, right? Making intentional decisions, demonstrating accountability and adaptability as you walk towards your goals. I believe that someone is following me on this class. Next slide, please, Abby. Thank you. All right. So here I try to make a little reference to the things that we spend money on. If I ask people the things that they don't even put in their budget that they spend money on, there are a lot. Somebody's daddy just died. Is it wrong for you to put money in, as in contribute money? No. But did you ever envisage that one day to be a need, that as you're growing your social network, there will be people that you need to sort, be a part of their lives, support them when they're having major life decisions in spend? Did you put it there, right? For some people, aside your tithes, there may be, maybe you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, or aside what you pay in your religious circle, perhaps there's something that you feel, towards the end of the year, you would do because it fulfills you, maybe a certain form of charity. I hope you are budgeting for it. Remember, that we said your values matter a lot in practical-based budgeting. So yes, I tried to do a breakdown here, and of course, you may have access to the slide and be able to check in later, what are your, if you have debt to pay, it's different from if I don't have debt to pay. Your health insurance, your car insurance, a lot, clothing, medicals, a whole lot. At times, because I'm a trainer, there are investments I make in fashion that is not vanity. My shoes, how I look, because it is about the whole package. So yes, whatever it is that is want for you might be need for me. Next slide, please, Abby. Okay, so when I was talking about how that the 50-30-20% rule in budgeting may be unrealistic, I tried to put it down. I broke it down. So I was saying to Remy that while I would rather discuss this, I just felt the need to put it in my slide. Yeah. So, like I said, if you earn 4 million right now, I think it will be irresponsible for you to spend 1,200, 1.2 million naira just buying frivolities. Maybe not so frivolities, but it's easy to talk of wants as 30% when I'm earning 100K. Do you get? When I spend 30% on my wants, the things I want to do, eating out, dining, girls trip, all that. But the minute the money gets higher, you're thinking, hey, is it actually sense this way that I'm just saying, 50% goes into this, 30% goes into this, yeah? And believe me, from my own perspective, I believe that percentages are very restrictive, very, very restrictive. How are you not doing things because you're convinced? How is it that it's because one expert came to Mindshift on a Saturday, on the first Saturday of the year, and said to us, no, please use this percentage. That's what will help you this year, right? That budget, that is a spending plan. It is your spending plan. It is why personal finance is very personal. So it should reflect you. The more it reflects you, the more likely you are to sustain it. Next slide, please. Okay. As a low-income earner in this our economy, who can feel me? You know yourself that you're spending as much as 70% on basic necessities. I read a PiggyVest report last year, towards the end of last year, and it says that Nigerian households spend in excess of 59% on food. That's criminal. What will we do with the rest of our life? But yes, it is what it is. Have you gone to the market before and what you held? This is how much we buy rice. You get there, it has changed. You get there, the next item has changed. The next one, and that has been the downward trail over the past 6 months, yeah? So if you're a low-income earner, yeah, right now, if you're a low-income earner, saying 50% should go to your needs, somebody will say, oh, this facilitators, I hope they are being real. It is not realistic. It means that you may find yourself spending more than the allotted bill, yeah? Another thing we need to know is that if you have aggressive goals, so I have aggressive goals. I want to retire at a certain age. I am currently in my 40s. It meant that I worked with a corporate organization for a while. And then after a while, I stopped having pension contribution. So now that I know better, if I want to retire at the age I plan to, I need to save aggressively so that I can invest aggressively, right? I need to increase my risk rate. So all of this, my percentages, that's not what I want for my life. I want things that are suited to me, yeah? So aggressive goals at times will sometimes increase your savings percentage. And I hope we're following the class. Next slide, please. Okay, handling extra money. That has already majorly been answered, like at our ice-breaking session when I said I was trying to check into your mind. Yeah? Extra money, one money comes into your hand. Oh, a friend calls you for a gift. Oh, you give an advice. I and your lead coach were on one particular platform. It says that we can just sell our consulting advice, right? Remember that group, Z Intro, Remy? Yeah. And so we go there. You don't plan. It's just a Saturday, you're lounging. Somebody just calls you. Within 15 minutes, you've gotten an extra $50. What will you do with it? Yeah. So if you don't spend your 50% of your income, if you don't fully spend it, where should you direct the money? Remember, if you do not tell the money where to go, it will finish, right? You will wake up one day and it will not be there because you did not allot it. You did not say, oh, school fees is coming in January. Oh, I pay my rent in February. Oh, this and this is what I need to do. But there is a better way. Like I said, we're all learning and there are no wrong answers, but we're learning better. Next slide, please. Okay, next slide. All right. So how to build a better budget? Remember, we're looking at the practicality of budgets here. And it says that start with your value system and the life you envision for yourself, right? I have a lead coach at one of the places where I add value. And she says she wants to be the kind of grandma who can who can gift her children, who can gift her grandchildren. She wants to be able to gift them a car if they come and greet her. I don't know if you get it. As in, you just wake up, you just say, so the children will want to come to see her, because if you go and meet grandma, you just go and greet her, flying visitor. She can just she can just do something that your parents will be there telling you, is it in the budget, right? So start with your value system and the life you envision for yourself. Can I challenge everybody on this call this afternoon to say, what do you envision for your life, right? Have you seen people, and we have our parents, you know, we almost can relate because some of us have aged parents. You know how they used to spend their lives when they were in active service. And now they're pensioners, they have lower income, and it just looks like everything is stringent. Before they can spend so amount, they're thinking so much about it. So for you who are on this call, how do you envision your life? In 5 years' time, where do you want to be? This is how to build your budget, you know, because it will influence your investment choices. I'm sure that the next speaker would elaborate more on investments. Translate these your life visions into smart goals. One is the timeline, right? Within 10 years, I want to at least own a property. It may look realistic than if I'm trying to get it in February, right? So determine what this life looks like on a month-to-month basis. It is the reason why Remy and Fatima can have a girls' trip, and they may call me and I may say, oh, my loves, I'm going to be living my vacation through you in this first quarter, because my bank account, it cannot take a vacation. Do you understand? So remember what you want to achieve for yourself. Determine what percentage of your income should go to this life that you want to live, right? Some people say, I can never spend a certain amount on a photo shoot. Another person that says I can't spend that amount will be prepared to spend that amount on maybe weeks. Another person, so you can't really tell an adult what to do with their lives, but you can guide them into thinking, right? Another thing you want to do is to track your expenses to determine how much you need to live. One time in my life, I used to say, no matter how much I plan, I was already under earning so much that I needed to do more. So it's not out of place that off of this call, you can talk to your lead coach, you can talk to, I have some sisters here that I know, and you can say, Tima, Segi, please, I need to do something more this year. Does anybody feel that way? You know that you have so much more inside of you, talent-wise, diamonds-wise. I'm sure that your lead coach talks about this all the time. There's so much that you can still do, but no, you're just there, you're just earning one paltry sum that has become, it has become coins because of our economy. The economies of the world are not much better anyway. I just thought to reassure you, right? And then on the last step, adjust this step 4, the percentage that you determine based on your personal income, adjust it to give priority to your financial goals, the financial goals that you made in step 2, right? I want to be a homeowner at so age. It should reflect in your budget, right? Next slide, please. I really don't have much time more. I will run through and then I will make allowance for questions. Next slide. Thank you. Okay, so while we're waiting for the next slide, let's look at emotional pitfalls to avoid, right? It is avoiding pitfalls like this here. Okay. For me, it's typing. Abby, please move to the next slide, please. Or let me take this from my phone, right? Okay, budgeting pitfalls to avoid. Don't ever let it happen that you're not tracking your expenses. That is a no-brainer. That's 500K that you had access to in December. How did it go? For yourself, by yourself, do it, even if you're not doing it for your accountability partner. Say to yourself, I just need to know. I need to know. If you know how much goes into bank charges, you'll be born again. If you know how much goes into some things, I'm sending it to you, you send it back to me. I don't know if you know about those kind of things. Track your expenses. That's a major budgeting pitfall. Another one is you can't ignore emergency funds. If I ask on this call, if we had time, if I say if somebody loses their means of earning this morning, how long can they afford to live before becoming really, really broke? I would have interesting answers. We do this all the time. at personal finance classes, right? How long can you live? Some people, they won't even lie. They'll tell you, once I stop earning this month, as in that's big already, right? So please have your emergency funds, like a 3 to 6 months of your living expenses set aside in a savings that you can access if life were to happen, right? Because nobody knows the future. Do not ignore emergency fund. Do not set unrealistic goals. I believe so much in myself. I'm ambitious, but I may not be able to have a property. Say for a miracle, I may not be able to get a property next month simply because I'm trying to be the goal setter. Don't neglect regular reviews. Yeah. Always allow for flexibility in your spending. Always avoid impulse spending. It just felt good. You just bought it. Look at your wardrobe. That thing that you bought that you're thinking about your life 2 days after. Did you have to buy it? Then do not overlook hidden costs. There are some people on this call, my ogas in retail, they are on this call. So it's not the one that I will want to buy one heavy lace from Tima, and I will not know that logistics has become a stronghold in Lagos. How about I say, Tima, when next are we hooking up? I would buy the lace. If it is not urgent, I will get it whenever we see. Because there could be a 5K in between the lace and the delivery that I did not plan for. So don't overlook hidden costs, because it's as in that in itself is going to throw you off balance. Yeah. Another one is relying solely on your memory. Please don't do it too. I have journal that I write my expenses. I have journal like this. I have apps that I write my expenses because some of them will help me do breakdowns, will help me do charts, right? Communicate with your partner. Who are the people that are sitting on these seats? Yeah. I say all the time, I'll be like, my business does not pay money all the time, and this is this, but can you communicate it so the expectations are managed? I believe that that's a word of knowledge for someone. I'm not going to dwell on it. All right. Another one says, don't ignore financial education, right? Very quickly, I'll look at apps that help us track budgets. There are several, and after this class, we can look at our slide and then go and check. Yeah. There are different ones. I use the expense manager, but there's other ones. Pocket Guard, Mint, Good Budget. Track your budget. The reason why it is necessary is that if it is inside your app, the minute you punch it into it, it does the breakdown for you. Are you doing well enough with what you have set? Do you get? At times, I just want to go. In short, at times, just to be able to track. When I write down when I bought my gas, it's sort that when I'm buying my next gas, I know if we wasted a lot of it. I'm being practical here, right? Okay. So there are several of those apps, and yes, in your spare time, please look through your slide and get what works for you. But by all means, leverage technology to help your budget this year. Don't leave it to chance. Then budgeting and your emotion. Yeah. So your emotions play a big role in how you spend. Your emotions will determine if you are even able to push you on what you set out to do. Who knows that when you are stressed, you spend more? Does not happen to you. Who knows who has been stressed before and they are spending more money? Because it just looks like that will help. Financial stress, if you spend money, join, right? I don't want to dwell now. I know too many people personal here. So before, all right. Okay, so look through your emotions, impulse control, fulfillment and satisfaction, guilt and regret. Fear of deprivation can also trigger something. Yeah, motivation, communication in relationships, all of this play a large role. Yeah, as I'm rounding up right now. I have some assignments and things that you can do in your spare time. I will believe that as a community, you all will get to it. And yes, I would open the floor for questions now. Remy, please, you can have the class. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow. Can we just give a round of applause for Coach AMA? Thank you so much, Morenike. Honestly, my note is full. My note is full.
Within this 20 minutes.
So that is just to tell you that knowledge is powerful. You can't say that you have no certain things and that is the end. Things keep evolving. And so what we think we know yesterday is outdated. And so that's one of the things I love about, self knowledge, so to say. Yeah, someone is already raising their hand. So I have learned so much from this, and I don't want to take so much time. So I would allow people to, I will allow you to take people's questions so that we can, move ahead. Thank you.
Okay.
Have the floor.
All right, the floor is open for questions. Remember that we have a whole lot within that slide that you will still have to look at and answer yourself. But I already knew that it was going to be a short class and I can just write it out. Yeah. So yes, who goes first? Who goes first? If nobody is asking questions, can I ask you what's new knowledge?
Hello?
Okay, Uncle Peter, over to you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. That was a very, very educative presentation. I want to appreciate our coach. I see is he our lead coach now, Remy, for bringing you. The only thing Remy has not done well in this program is that you needed more than 1 hour, not just 30
I needed more
minutes.
than 30 minutes.
At least 1 hour.
I told that.
I noticed I noticed we were doing a race, okay? And this thing touches everybody every day. In fact, as it was going on, I was saying, oh, I wish my wife were here, okay? Because we need this. I also thought, oh, my daughter should have been here, okay?
But I know that feeling, right?
Yes, but I know that we should be able to get the recorded version, okay?
Yeah.
But I really want to appreciate you. Sitting here, I've learned so much. And like Remy said, I saw Remy just writing.
I was wondering, Auntie Gileko.
So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I'm sure this will be like the feelings and impression of most members of this class. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. Any other person? What's new knowledge? Remy, you want to say something?
Yeah, I saw raising her hand the other time. I don't know if she wants to ask.
Okay, I thought Sima was actually waving at me. Sima, do you have a question?
Okay. Okay, so what is the most ideal savings percentage for a medium and high? Okay, Segi has a question.
Okay, so do you want me to? Yeah, I already can see it in the chat room. Yeah, it says what's the ideal savings percentage for a medium and income earner? Let's go back to my slide very quickly. Don't open the slide. In my slide, I said while there's a rule base that says 20%. So let's look at what high income earning can be like. If I earn more than 500,000 in Nigerian economy, I may be called a high income earner. But Segilola, can you put a basis for it? Is it 2 million? Is it 5 million? Is it earning in dollars so that we know what we're talking about here? You want to type it out? So I'm just assuming percentages, 800K Naira. Okay, so we will go back to what are your goals? So if you use the 20%, you will be saving 160,000 Naira in a month. While it is not bad, who says that I can't imagine that same 800K is still 500K? Maybe that was what I earned last year. And so I say I will save all of the 300K that came as a pay raise. Do you understand? If I save what comes as a pay raise, then it means that I am helping my future. As we go into the next session right now, we would see that investment is where all of us need to be. Do you understand? All of us need to be in that segment where our money is working for us. It just does not happen by chance. So yes to saving more than the allocated 20%, as you would have guessed. From it shows the what do you want to achieve. Me, I want to be taking trips after I started. I want to be sleeping and earning money. So it will affect how I increase my savings. Thank you.
Okay, Morenika, she also asked another question. Yeah. She said, does this, okay, I'm reading it. She said, is this percentage inclusive of investment?
Okay, no. So mostly, when we're talking savings, we assume that your savings will convert. We always say, don't have a savings that does not have a point. So when I was talking to your lead coach about this class, I said, she told me that I want something where we can have a savings challenge. What does a savings challenge do? Last year, I joined a savings challenge that was 1 million. Even me, I was surprised. And it's not the 1 million that is the issue. It's the fact that I have several other things that I'm putting money into. So where would I see it? But by having something where all of us were trying to get to, it helped me. So on some days, I just see one largesse. or I didn't plan this class. I get money from training at this class. I just put the money that is honorarium. I put it in my savings challenge. So yes, savings necessarily may not be inclusive of investment, but please prioritize your investments. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Morenike. Any other question? Then I just want to chip in something as per what she just said now. See, one of the reasons why I'm also encouraging this savings challenge this year is the fact that, see, sometimes the money you see, do you understand, that you guard jealously, you will be able to apportion them appropriately. Unlike when some things just happen at a random. When you remember that you have a savings challenge somewhere, you will think twice. And this impulse syndrome of buying things, would not jump at you. So what this, savings challenge for the community is also going to do this year is to help you to guard your money intelligence guidely. Do you see? So thank you very much. So, and I want to tell everyone in the community, whether you're in the community or you are a first time joining us, I want to tell you that Coach Morenike is coming back. Can I have a witness in the building? And to bring her back is not a joke. So this time around, when I say this is what we are paying for access, you will not begin to say maybe it's looking too much. Because I'm telling you, Q1, I am personally bringing back Morenike. Because it's going to help us, because this year, I'm telling you, God is bringing us to a wealthy place, but it is not by much. It is not by mouth. So this year, we are going to take traction of everything that we are doing in the community. If you allow me to push you, at the end of 2024, you will be amazed at your results. So Q1, end of Q1, start saving, because I am bringing back Coach AMA, and it is not small money. Thank you, and God bless you.
All righty. Okay. All right.
We talked about budgeting, savings, and a bit of how to invest. And so on this next session, I'm going to be bringing Dr. Peter Oyineye on board, because we can't talk all of these things without having the right strategy for relationship in mind. Let me also let you know that everything isn't money. It is not, if I'm permitted that you are going to do in this 2024. This 2024, you are going to be intentional about your kind of wealth. And we are also talking about social wealth. So Dr. Peter, beg your pardon, sir, will be diversifying this in his next session, so that when investment come on board, strategy, budgeting, everything will have been, intertwined. Then you can now know how best to channel your investment. So without no further ado, I want to welcome Dr. Peter Oyineye to our 2024 Money Webinar. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. The Lagos people, you have a way of leading us in Abuja here. But we'll be following, and we know we're going to be learning from you. There are programs that I go to, and you just want to present your paper and run away. In fact, you just get into the place, 10 minutes to your paper, you do it and run away. But when I saw the stuff that Remy sent to me about this program, and when I saw the flyer, okay, I said, no, let me make out time. Although I'm so busy today, but let me make out time and see how to get something from these people. And once again, this first presentation, hey, I just want to thank God I did not miss it. I want to thank God I did not miss it. Now, my name is Peter Oyineye. I live here in Abuja with every member of my family, and my very wonderful wife, Foluke. She said I should say hello to all of you. So my laptop is acting up. It's not picking a video. I don't know why. So I just put my phone by the side. But now let me attempt to share now. Okay. Have I been able to share? Not yet.
Yeah, let me do that.
Okay. Okay, while we await my being enabled to share, let me once again say that one thing about money is that everybody needs money. Everybody's okay. Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I understand I have 25 minutes. Okay. So I guess I'm starting 1 o'clock to end at 1:25, latest 1:30. Am I right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now we talk about money, but this money must come from somewhere. And if for it to come as well, there are things we've got to do. So my paper, I'm not talking about money directly, but I'm talking about some of the things that will make money come. And they are marketing and relationship strategies for wealth creation. Marketing and relationship strategies for wealth creation. Now, when we're talking about creating wealth, we need money. I've said that. And wealth signifies an abundance of valuable possessions or money. Abundance of valuable possessions or money. Sometimes some people want us to believe that whether it doesn't matter, even if you don't have money, it's just you have your health, you have your relationship with people. You have. It's not like that. To even run relationship, you need money. If they tell you now that there's no more gas and you are telling them, don't worry, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, there will be relationship will break down in the household. Okay. So we need money to do many, many things. Even the book says money answereth all things. Money must attend to every part of our life. And that is why we must work. That is why there are things we should do to make money. Wealth involves affluence, prosperity, opulence, riches, means, substance, and we need these things. And that is why we also have a place to go to every morning, or you stay at home. You are doing all of those because you need to get something. If you don't get it, you are finished. If you don't get those things, okay, you won't measure up. So it's important that we should be interested in making some money. Wealth creation now is the process of making or building of wealth through different strategies. So wealth creation, it means you have to create it. You've got to create it. And one of the easiest way, one of the things you need, if you must create this thing, is that you must be interested in creating it. You must be intentional about it. When my sister, Morenike, was talking, you notice passion. And it is the kind of passion she brought into that presentation that we have to put into what we do everywhere. If you don't put passion in what you do, you will not make money. If you don't put passion in what you do, no money for you, no money for you. Now, let's quickly look at some of the principles of wealth creation. Some of the principles of wealth creation. One, there are many strategies, but we have same principles. Though there are many strategies, but there are same principles. So if you are going to make money, you've got to work hard, you've got to save, you've got to do all of those things are principles. And if you do them, there will be some money. But now, what level of money would you have access to? What level of wealth would you have? Will also depend on what you're doing and how you do it. There are people who get up on Monday. I'm very excited about Monday because they know that, oh, money will start rolling in again if it has not rolled in over the weekend. But there are people who don't like Monday. They don't like that day. And if you don't like it, then why are you going to make this money? So principles are that you have to work so that you make money. Then what level of work? How smart will you be in your work? Because it's not just to be hardworking. We've got to be smart as we work. Let's look at some of the principles of wealth creation. You must desire it. You must desire it. You must like it. You must be intentional about it. You must set financial goals. In our country, we don't usually set goals. We just collect our salary and we begin to pay people. We just pay this, we pay that, we buy this, we buy that. Even some things that we do not like, some things we do not need, we buy. Even it's not just want alone. There are some things they should not even see in your place. In fact, there are some you have bought and you are seeing it, say, why did I buy this? But it can't be returned. So we need financial goals so that we are kind of we are kind of restricted from just doing whatever. Because if you do whatever, you are going to see whatever. Now, our first speaker has talked about the 50, 30, 20 percentage kind of stuff for budgeting. And she went ahead to talk about this very wonderful one, self-leadership. What do you really need? Set the goal. A student will not need the same thing with somebody who is working. Their budget will not be the same. The man and the budget may be different from that of the woman. And she said something very instructive again. Said, because I'm a speaker, there may be an attire I want to buy. There may be a shoe I want to wear because I'm a speaker, because it works on me. It affects the way people see me. I can't talk about certain things when I don't even show it. So financial goals. So my financial goals may be different from yours. I would discipline myself not to take the money. Then, so from 110, it means from 110, the thing is moving now. Maybe it's going to land me in 122. Okay? Then it keeps going. That is compound interest. But now, if I remove the money, if I begin to remove the money, there's a problem. So there is a kind of investment I want to do that I just forget it there. I just forget it there. Now, it has to be consistent and continuous. If we are going to create money, if we are going to create stuff, okay, it has to be consistent and continuous. Investment is not one-off, David. It's not one-off. It has to be consistent and continuous. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. There's one piggy bank kind of thing. It's so funny that even at this age, I will talk about that, okay? I just put money there. Sometimes I just put my, before going out or when I come, I just remove some money. I just put it somewhere, okay? So there was a time I checked and I was getting some over 150,000 in a space of about 4 months. You understand? Now, we have to be consistent about some of those things. Then variety of investment. Variety of investment. We must have different investment. One may work, one may not work. Okay? So if we just put all our money, all your eggs in one basket, there may be a challenge. So do something in Abuja, do something in Lagos, do something in Odogbolu, do something wherever. Okay? Don't even say, oh, I'm a banker. Okay? You can go into piggery, you can go into fishery, you can do pottery, whatever. Although we also say that be careful, do you have some knowledge in that area? And now we have some people who have knowledge in this area and they say, bring your money, we can do it for you. Let me tell you something. Your fingers can be burnt sometimes. It does not matter. It's part of the thing. Don't feel that if your finger was burnt in so place, then it means I can never do something again. No, you see, try. Just check before you invest your money. Then we have sound health. It's a very important principle in wealth creation. The moment your health is failing, okay, then there's a problem with investment. So sound health is a principle in health. Sound health is a principle in wealth creation. Let me tell you something. All this thing we are talking about, if somebody develops stomach ache, now serious stomach ache, you run out of this class. You run out of this class. You don't care. Okay? So we must also watch our health. What do you eat? What do you drink? Do you smoke? All of those things are very, very important because they have a way of affecting what will happen to us. Okay? The marketing and relationship strategies for events, for wealth creation, marketing and relationship strategies. Now, if we are going to create wealth, there are things that must be done. And we say marketing and relationship strategies. Now, let's quickly look at them one after the other. What is marketing? Marketing means find out what customers want, get it or produce it, then give it to the customer at a profit. Give it to the customers at a profit. This is marketing. And I tell you, the whole of the world, the big guys in the world, this is what they are eating. So if you are going to create wealth, if we are going to create wealth, then we must market something. So find out what the people want, get it or produce it, then give it to them at a profit. That is marketing. Now, two very important things in marketing. Two very important things in marketing. Customer satisfaction is crucial. You must satisfy your customers. If you don't satisfy the customers, then you are not in marketing. That is not marketing. You must satisfy the customers. Secondly, you must make a profit. You must make a profit. These two things are very important. Although sometimes when we are starting out, we will not make a profit. So sometimes we run some programs so that we can actually assist people. Sometimes we run some programs so that over time we can be known. So if more people get to know you because you run a program or because you say something, though you did not make a profit, it is a profit. It's an indirect profit. Now let's go. Now, building this relationship, okay, through marketing, okay? Now, if you are going to build wealth, building wealth through marketing, let me tell you something. Your money is somewhere. And I dare say it again, your money is somewhere. And I want to quickly find out from us, where is your money? Can one or two persons just respond? Where is your money, please? I'm waiting. Where is your money? Anybody? Am I being heard? Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm asking this question. Where is your money? Do you know where your money is? Because before you can find the money, you should know where the money is. There is actually some amount of money that has been allocated to you. But to have it, you have to know where is your money. Any one or two persons, and we run. And nobody is talking to me. Okay.
My money is in the hand of somebody new.
Please, let's put our hands together for my sister, because our money is in the hands of some people. So we've got to find it. And look at this. Say, your money is in the pockets. Your money is in the accounts of people around the world. We have our money with them. And if we are going to build wealth, we've got to collect our money from them. We've got to collect our money from them. So they have our money in their pocket. They have our money in their bank account. Let's go collect our money. But after this training, if you go out there and say, Peter said my money is with you, just grab somebody, give me my money, there'll be a problem. All you need to do is to find out what he wants. Produce or get that thing, then give it to them, give it to him, and he will give you your money. See, people don't like to dash you money. Do you know that? Even our relation, our siblings, it sometimes hard for them to dash us money. And let me tell you something about an experience when somebody reported somebody to me, his own elder brother, okay? He said, do you know his salary is about 1.2 million? About 1.2 million. And my own salary is less than 100,000. And I will tell him, can you assist me with 100,000? And he will be grumbling. I say, you know the thing, if your salary is 1.2, hey, your needs and your wants are also big. So as you have a need, you that your salary is under 100,000, that is how the man with 1.2, there are many things on his neck. He's not going to stay in the kind of house you stay. If you are under 100,000, there is a kind of house you are supposed to stay. And the man who earns 1.2 cannot stay in that house. So if two of you are paying rent, maybe your own rent is about 10,000 in a month, his own rent maybe about 50 or 100. So everybody has a need for his own money. Don't be thinking that somebody is rich and is going to give you money. No, spend your own money. So if you want more money, go make more money. Let's go. And if you are going to make more money, we have said it. People are holding your money. Go and collect your money from them. All you have to do is that they just start something. Sometimes last year, somebody came to meet me. He was one of our security men at the estate gate. And he came and said, yeah, they have relieved them of their job and he's now looking for a job. I said, okay. Then he came back sometime and said, please, I want to be washing your cars. So my wife's car, said, we'll be washing our cars. And normally, we will always take the car out. There is a place just outside the estate. There is a guy who has his own car wash there. We're always taking our cars there. So this guy came and said, he wanted to wash the car. I said, no. I don't wash it. He said, no, sir, please. I said, no. I said, in fact, if you start washing this car, my boy will even be lazy. I said, I want David to wash these cars. But sometimes when David is busy, I can take it out. But at the moment I sign you on, it means every day, and I have to pay you at the end of the month. So please don't worry. I'm still helping you to look for a job. He said, okay. Then about 2 weeks later, one day I just got down. The car has been washed. And David had gone to school. It was not David that washed it. The following day, the car had been washed, the two cars. And I had to call them again. Who has been coming to wash these cars? They mentioned that guy's name. So I now had to call. I said, why? And I said, he said, Daddy, what will I eat? That was how he's still washing the car. Since last year, he's been washing the car, and I've been paying. So you got to do stuff. If you don't do stuff will do you. Your money is in customer satisfaction. If you satisfy somebody, they will release the money. If you satisfy them, they will release your money. Your money is in what you sell. You must sell something. I tell you, it's very important that we sell something. Have you noticed that those students who are selling something, they're always having money with them? They're always having money. It may not be much, but there is money. And those who are working, those who are doing stuff, they go to me there and say, Mommy, Joe, can you assist me with the 5,000? At the end of the month, I will give you. So those who are selling things, they always have the money with them. But the challenge they have is that because they have not been exposed to this kind of training we have, okay, they don't manage what they have well. So anybody who is selling something, okay, and that's money. If you decide and say every day, if I sell something worth 20,000, if I sell something worth 15,000, every day I remove 1,000 and put it somewhere. I remove 1,000. Let's say you are doing piggy bank of UBA or whatever. Okay, do you know what it amounts to after some time? Then you must sell repeatedly and consistently. Sell repeat. Don't sell only once. Some of us, we sell once. Something just comes out, we buy it, we take it to school, we show it to our friends in the office and they buy it from us. That is the end of your selling career. No, keep selling so that you can keep making money. Then your money also, if you want to make wealth, is in added value. Add value. What Remy is doing is to add value to us, to our life. This same data that some people are just playing with, they are just watching some jokes. Okay, some people are watching just some jokes and we are doing this now. We are now using it to better our life, to move from one level to another level of life. Then we must be unique. Produce a unique brand, a brand that people cannot run away from. That is what MTN is eating. That is what Globalcom is eating. That is what Coca-Cola is eating. They have come out with an added value, just liquid. Do you know the number of campaigns, the amount of campaigns around the world to tell people that Coke is not good, it will kill you, it will do this, it will do that? People are still drinking it because they have added value to it. They say, it will kill us. It didn't kill my father now. My father died at 80. So if it was called a killed him at 80, I think he has tried. Added value. Then you must outdo your competitors. If you want to create value, if you want to create wealth, we must outdo our competitors. MTN was not the first. It was, what's it called? Airtel. Is it Econet? Whatever their name was there. Okay, they were the first. That's why a lot of people in Lagos who got their phone long time ago, go check their number, 0802. So we must outdo our competitors. You must be on your feet every time. You've got to be on your feet every time if you are going to make wealth. What to do with the money from marketing? So if you do marketing now and you have made some money, what are you going to do with it? You must reinvest in the business, that same business, reinvest in it. Second thought, diversify, move from that business, do one other kind of thing. Because if there is a problem with this one business, you are finished. So don't just stay in one business, do the other one as well, diversify. Then pay yourself. Madam Morenike said it. He said, Remy said, oh, every year I will have to go to relax somewhere. I have to do this. It's part of paying yourself. You have to look good. If you are not looking good, there are some things you cannot say. Maybe you're a speaker. I've had that experience before. We invited somebody to do a presentation somewhere. It was a school. And with 3 speakers. I started in the morning. My colleague came in and did us. I was taking like the 4th paper. And the guy to take the 4th paper actually came in late. So because he was trying to locate the place, it was finding difficult to locate the place. So my staff were describing the place to him. Finally, he came in. But before he came, I had to now move my own last paper to his own slot so that I will not take the last one. As he came in, when I saw what he wore, I said, no way, this guy will not present this paper. Okay? The jacket was bigger than him. It was, oh, you understand? I said, what kind of thing is this? So, in fact, that paper, I didn't enjoy that presentation because while presenting, I was still calculating in my head, how will I dispose of this man that I won't present this paper? So, halfway into my presentation, I gave an assignment. That's why as speakers, you can do and undo. I didn't plan an assignment for that program, but I gave an assignment. I just divided the class into 4. I gave a question, begin to discuss it. This breakout section, they were doing that. So I was able to now be with him and now call him out. So I'm very sorry. Oh, you couldn't locate this place? I said, yes. I said, anyway, because of the time, you won't be able to present again. But please, just give me your presentation. I will pay you the same thing I've promised. And that was what I did. I still paid him, but I didn't allow him to present. Because I don't know how would those people they will say, where did Peter bring this guy from? Okay? So, if we are going to make money, if we are going to make wealth, there's even a way to dress if you are going to make that money. There's a way to dress if you are going to make that money. Now, relationship strategies for marketing, for wealth creation, we have talked about the marketing aspect of it. We say sell something. You must sell something. In fact, please, I want us to type it. Say, I will sell something. Just type it there. Say, I will sell something. Because the more you internalize it, gradually, even if you are not selling now, one day you start selling something. Please, I want you to type it. I want to see it. Say, I will sell something. We have to sell something. It is in selling something that you collect money from people. Thank you very much. Okay, okay, that's the Morenike. Thank you very much. Okay, we have to sell something. So, relationship strategy for wealth creation. Now, if we are going to create wealth, there is a need for relationship. You know why? Thank you, Segilola. The reason is that your money that is with people, for you to get it from them, you must have a relationship with them. So the more relationship, the better your relationship, the cordial your relationship, the more cordial your relationship with these people, the easier for them to bring out that money and give it to you. And look at this, you can't beat this. An American automobile company spent $30 million in a particular year to train its mechanics and sales people on how to smile and be polite to people. They spent $30 million in a particular year to train their mechanics and their sales people on how to smile and be polite to people. It's because money is with people. If you are not ready to smile with them, if you are not going to be polite, they will not bring out the money. So this is an American automobile giant. They had to spend that money. So there is serious business in this. I don't know whether Remy will still remember this thing. When she was in Jos or so, okay, there was a book. We found this thing in one of our books. $30 million. And money will come out. Money will come out. One thing I've trained myself to do, and I see Remy do it a lot. She wears a smile all the time, just like our first speaker as well. They wear a smile all the time. That is where the thing is. That is where the relationship is.
You taught me, sir.
We thank God. Personal relationship skills contribute 85% to a person's success on the job. Personal relationship skills. Some people are too quiet. They are just on their own. How would you be on your own when the money is with the other guy? The money with people around. Some people in church, they will just sit in one corner. Nobody knows them. Then the day they have a need, you walk up to somebody, you have to describe yourself, say, hey, I'm always here, and whatever. The guy says, I'm sorry, I don't know you. Then you say, I want to do this. Say, okay, let me see what will happen. He won't give you. It's easier for people in choir, for people in public ministry. Choir is public ministry, okay, to get assistance from people in the church than others. Why? They're always in the public. and they wear a smile as they sing out there. So it's relationship thing, you know. I know all of us cannot be in choir, but wherever you are, wear a smile. Be nice to people intentionally, because 85% of your success, 85% of your wealth will come from people. It will come from them. So I want to ask us this question. Who do you know and who knows you? Because it is people. It's not any other. It is people. Do you know for us to get married is also good? It's part of this thing. Because it says that you alone, you chase 1,000. You make money from 1,000. But you and your husband, you and your wife, when you come together, you make money from 10,000 people. From 10,000 people. Before you got married. Okay? You only knew people in your own space. Your own space, family space, office space, your religious space. But now when you get married, you are going to move into the space of your husband. Your husband is going to move into your space. There was something somebody wanted to actually give you to do for him. But he didn't give it to you because you did not have the experience. But now by the time you are married, oh, he knows your husband. Oh, what does he do? He does this. Oh, let him come and see me. Oh, he knows your wife. What does she do? She does this. Oh, let her come and see me. That is it. So who do you know? And who knows you? You need people to build wealth. We can't build wealth without people. We need people to build wealth. So where would you meet these people? Where would you meet these people? One, in schools. While we are in school, we can meet people. When we have graduated in our alumni association, we meet people. In our neighborhood, we meet people. In worship places, in eateries, even through other people, you meet other people. Because if you don't have people, you are not going to make wealth. If you don't have people there, you can't make wealth. Nobody makes wealth alone. You just need some things from some people, and you are there. Sometimes people will just recommend you. Sometimes people will just mention your name somewhere. So we need all of this. We need all of this. Let me quickly share an experience. Somebody who was selling, what's it called? Ties. And he was living in a particular estate with other guys. And somebody in that estate was given a job in his office to buy ties worth over 20 million naira. Worth over 20 million naira. This man went to town looking for people, comparing prices, doing everything. And when he has settled, when he has paid, and the job has started, about 2 weeks later, a neighbor of his started receiving loads of ties. Trucks were coming in to pile ties behind his house. And he went to meet him and said, what are these for? What are you building? Even if you are building, you can't finish all of this. He said, no, I said ties. He said, eh? So why? He said, in my office, we just bought ties, over 20 million naira worth of ties. Because some people don't know people. You don't know what they do. They don't know what you do. Let people know what you do. In fact, in that your plaza, walk to your right, to your left, introduce yourself, smile with them, assist them. There are something may even tell them. You understand? The day they need, oh, they know Remy does this, oh, Murenike does that, oh, Segilola does that. But some of us, we are doing stuff. It's only we, just in our own office, that we know this is what we do. Our neighbors in that plaza, they do not know. People should know what you're doing if you want to make wealth. So let's look at some of the strategies for relationship management to make wealth. Knowing people's name. The most interesting sound in the ear of people, okay, is their name. Even for you, if that name you find it difficult to pronounce, they like their names. So if you can know people's name, it's part of the way. In fact, if you are calling their name, they feel that you like them. And now they are ready to do stuff with you. Do you visit people? Even though internet now, okay, social media and the rest of them is like we're already in the community now, so I don't need to come to your house. But that physical thing is still important. Assisting people is also there. You see people trying to do something, you give them a helping hand. Oh, somebody is going to organize a program, say, oh, let me share your flyer on our platform in my church or whatever. Okay, that is how to make it. You are assisting people to make something happen to them. The day it is your turn, God will raise people. That man will also come and say, if it's you, I must be there. Then sharing genuine, showing genuine interest. There should be interest there. Showing genuine interest in their celebration and their plight. We have to show genuine interest in their plight, in their celebration, because your own will come. And gradually, as we bring this presentation to an end, let's ask ourselves some questions. Do you greet people? Do you greet people warmly? Because you need this relationship thing to make wealth. Hello, I remember some time ago, that was a long time ago in Jos. Let me share this personal experience. I was coming back from a presentation, and at the corner, as I was about turning, there was a lady carrying a Indomie, okay? She had the pack in front of her, and she had nylons, okay? Put Indomie, I was Indomie, okay? I said, sir, Indomie. So I pull aside. I called her. I said, give me one. I think it was just 200 naira for the 6 or whatever then, okay? I collected it. Just because of the smile on her face. Indomie, okay? When I got to my wife, I said, what is that? I said, Indomie. Say, who gave you? I said, no, I bought it. I said, but we have a pack of Indomie. I said, but the girl smiled. He said, you and this your relationship thing. But now if she begins to smile like that and she collects 200 naira from 200 people, something is happening. Another day she collects 200 naira from 200 people, something is happening. So greeting people and greeting people warmly is very, very important. It's very, very important. Do you share jokes with your colleagues and neighbors? It's part of this relationship thing. It's part of the way to create wealth. Don't just be on your own. They don't even know you. They don't know your name. You don't know them. Do you offer someone a lunch once in a while? Do you give gifts? Do you know your colleague's birthday? Do you visit people? See, you've got to do relationship intentionally. There is money inside the relationship. See, all of these people are now being appointed commissioner, minister, whatever. You don't appoint people you don't know now. It's people you know you invite to come and assist you run your government. Some other people, even if this one you do not know him, somebody knows you, so that person now recommends him to you. It's about you can't just go and sleep and say anybody I see my dream. Okay, I'll just bring him. No, it's people you know already. It's people you know already. Would you go the extra mile for somebody's sake? Do you get easily annoyed? Do you forgive easily? Do you appreciate little assistance? Because all of these are things we do. When we do it, when we do stuff with people, this comes out. There's a need to go the extra mile for some people. There's a need to work on your mood, not to get annoyed easily. Because you're always getting annoyed easily, then people will run away from you. And you need them. If you don't forgive people easily, it's another problem. Because people will offend us. Remy may offend me, I may offend Remy, and Morenke may offend me. Then let's forgive ourselves and move on. Because there is wealth in our relationship. Do you appreciate little assistance? All of these are very, very important. I just remember another personal experience. We are wrapping it up in the next 5 minutes. I had a presentation some time ago. Almost about 7-8 years ago now. And as I was about driving into the hotel, they said, no space again, no space. And I had to park out there. But as I was walking in now, there were 4 guys on the other side. I didn't know them. I just waved because I greet people. If you like, answer. If you like, don't answer. Two days now. I said, you are in the public relations class? He said, yes. So that was how we became friends. I just gave him my card. He gave me his. When he gave me his card and I look at it, it was media advisor to the speaker of the House of Reps there. That was how we became friends. That's how we became friends. And there was a time something happened. There was some money he wanted to give to me because we nominated him for an award. My institute, okay, I nominated him so that my institute could give him an award. And we also asked him, can we do a letter to the governor to support this project, okay, to be a sponsor? He said, yes, we did the letters. And I went the letter, a date for the program, I called him. I said, what's happening to this letter? I said, Peter, I'm sorry, the governor did not approve the sponsorship. I said, okay, no problem. He said, I should give you 500,000. I said, 500,000 is okay, it's okay. Although we actually asked for 1 million naira, 2 million, 3 million, depending on the level. Okay, I said 500. I said, that's okay. And I went back. And I told my colleagues, 500,000. So Sokoto State government, it was Sokoto State government. Then the guy called me and said, please, Mr. Peter, send the account details. Let's pay this money. And I sent the account details of NIPR. He said, no, the money is for you. I said, I thought it was he said, no, actually the governor asked me, who nominated you for this NIPR award? And I said, it was my lecturer. He said, okay, give your lecturer 500,000. I said, but I've told the institute. He said, but why? One way or the other, I said, I send your own account. I said, no, because I've told them one way or the other, the money had to go to the institute. He insisted they won't send it. I beg him. I needed money as well, but it will affect my reputation. I've told them, what will I say again? So he finally sent that money to NIPR. So one day he called me and said, you said you are into training. Can you write a proposal? Let me push it. I did, but the thing did not go through. One day he called me and said, sir, when will you be free next week? Come to Sokoto, come and do a presentation. And he asked me, how much do we pay you? That time, if you're traveling from Abuja to Sokoto to do a presentation, they may just pay you 50,000 naira, okay? At most, maybe 100,000. So in my mind, I said, this guy is my friend. And I'm sure he wanted to refund that 500,000, okay? Let me just ask for 200. I said 200. I typed it, 200. Before I pushed it, I told my colleague in the office, Kola is his name. I said, Kola, that our 500,000 man has come again. He said, what was it this time? I told Kola. Kola said, I know you just want to, is that 500 and I want to give you. I said, so what do you mean? Kola said, ask for 500. I said, Kola, you are 419. 500, But later I waited and I said, let me put it, let him say yes or no. I put 500. I couldn't push it. I was afraid of pushing 500. As I was about pushing it, I heard this clearly. Increase it further. I increased it to 750,000 and pushed it. I didn't want to wait again. After about 30 minutes, he called me and said, sir, it has been approved. 750,000. About 30 minutes later, they called me again. Another person called me and said, please, can we please have your details? We want to buy your ticket for Milentia coming to Sokoto next week. So they gave me 750,000 I flew to Sokoto with their own return ticket and just talked, and I came back. About 8 years ago, it started from greetings. There is money in relationship. Please, I just want somebody to type that. There is money in relationship. 3 powerful statements in human relations. 3 powerful statements in human relations. Ability to say thank you. Ability to say I am sorry. Then ability to use this word. Please. Oh, please, can you get me a bottle of water? Please, can you do that for me? And the rest of them. My friends, there is money in relationship. If you are going to create wealth, okay, you must make money. If you are going to make money, rather, you must do relationship. And finally, this Dubai experience, I won't share it again because our time is fast spent, but it's just about what relationship can do. In fact, in 1 minute, Moshood Abiola University called me about 10 years ago, please come and do presentation. They say, how much will I collect? I said, 150. They say, no, we are paying 10,000. I said, 10,000? Forget it. As we're talking in my mind, I said, let me just go there. Shebi is my hometown. Let me assist them. I told them, I'm coming. But don't pay me anything. If I didn't go to JOS or UNN, I would have gone to that school now. I said, I'm coming there to do the presentation free of charge. That was relationship. And I went there, I did it. But they still gave me 60,000 because of return ticket and whatever. But about 2-3 months later, that same man called me here. He linked me with somebody who invited me to Dubai. Everything paid for. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks and God bless.
Wow, 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 wow. Let's give Dr. Peter a round of applause. This is value. Thank you, sir. Can we unmute and tell him thank you, please?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
This is value. Let me just tell you something, sir. So privately, I was just trying to, ask few people in the WhatsApp to say, are you getting value? And the kind of feedback I've been getting from Coach AMA to Dr. Peter, honestly, it is mind-blowing. Thank you for your time, sir. God bless you. Thank you. My notes. Okay. My notes is also cool.
We thank God.
Dr. Peter, well, my uncle. And let me just give you this icebreaker. So I lived with him for close to 7 years, I think. So if you see me, all the marketing things that you see me do today, honestly, Dr. Peter is the reason for everything that I am today. I remember. So with some management books, then when he's going for his presentations at different places, I will go with him if I'm not having lectures, and I will display the books. So, sir, this is where my marketing actually started from. Even though I was so bent on doing white collar job, but this is where all of those things that I'm exploring today, this is actually where it all came from. And I want to say thank you to you once again for seeing the genius in me and for birthing it into reality. God bless you, sir. So, yeah.
I thank you so much, Remy, for inviting me. And you know, whenever I see your works, whenever I see your project, I just say, thank God, this woman has gone beyond us. That is good. That is what new schools are doing. We are old schools.
Just please let me appreciate her. She's been so patient, to be here. And so without no further, let me just bring her on board. We already have a profile sent to you in your emails. And so I'm going to be bringing on board, I don't know, Mrs. Ayomide. Please, a round of applause for her. She's already here. She's turning it. You can see she's turning on a video. A lot of people are not turning on their videos, and it is not fair. So you're welcome, ma.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. So can you enable me share my screen?
Yes, you have that permission.
Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayomide, and based on the profile I sent, I'm an architect. I'm a Scrum Master, and I'm a project manager. So another side of me, is I'm so passionate about investing, making your money work for you. That is what we call passive income. While you sleep, you make your money work for you. So let me quickly say, briefly, we'll talk about financial wealth, the physical wealth, the time wealth, the spiritual wealth, and the social wealth. Dr. Peter Oyene already spoke to us about social wealth, because it doesn't make sense if you have money and, your earth is lagging behind. So you must be able to enjoy your wealth in good health. And everything is intertwined. It's all work together. So quickly this afternoon, we're going to talk about financial wealth, which is how to make money. Financial wealth is about how to make money, how to manage, and how to multiply it. We all know you need to give value for you to make money. The first speaker, Coach Morenike, spoke about budgeting, that is how to manage money. And I'm talking about how to multiply your money, which is making your money work for you. And the second type of wealth is physical and mental well-being. You must be physically fit. You must be in good health for you to enjoy your wealth. And there is time wealth, there is spiritual wealth, and there is social wealth. So let's quickly dive into it. So a brief introduction of wealth. What wealth is, it's an abundant supply of a particular thing. It's the power to turn our goals into reality. While financial investing is the ability to accumulate assets of economic value. Like I said earlier, it's a process of creating long-term financial security. Dr. Yeleye mentioned old school, new school. In the old school, those in the old school, they believe that their children, they are their retirement package. But in this our dispensation, in this our era, we should be able to plan towards our future. We shouldn't, as our children shouldn't be our retirement package. If I remember very well, while I was
Can we all hear her? I think.
Hello. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, please. You know, listening to the speakers actually speaking, and there's this point I felt someone was actually talking to me, which was the second speaker, Mr. Mr.
Dr. Peter.
Oyeneye. Yes, yes. He said something, and I felt, oh, this was me. I needed to pay attention to this area of my life because I've always been this person that is always in that quiet space, not too much of interacting with people somehow. So I just said 2024 was the time for me to come out, and in order to create wealth, I can't create it on my own, which I know. And it's confirming that. It was actually confirming that using this platform. So I'm grateful and I'm happy to be here. Thank you. Still have other things cooking up, but I'll actually put it on the platform later.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. So Mrs. Ayomide is back.
I'm sorry. It's today of all days that my networks decide to just fail. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. So I don't know, where did you get me? Did you hear when I said my mother said did you hear that?
I'm saying that.
Okay, so while I was growing up, my mom said, she's always making that prayer. So, this is our own generation. We should do better. We shouldn't make our children our retirement benefits. So let's quickly dive into financial investing. The first speaker spoke about emergency fund. Before you start investing, it's one thing I need to make us understand, that there is difference between savings and investing. Saving is making sure you save money and, without remarkable interest in your saving, while investing is making your money work for you. There's difference between savings and investment. But before you start investing, there is what we call emergency fund. Is a saving account set up specifically to cover unexpected expenses. We all know that life happens. So you should be able to have a remarkable amount of funds somewhere for emergencies, like unexpected medical bills, car repairs, job loss. And according to financial analysts, it's been recommended that one should be able to save 3 to 6 months of one's monthly expenses. So before you even think about investing at all, you must be able to have emergency funds saved somewhere. And it is always important to put it in, don't have your emergency fund where it's easily accessible. Your regular bank accounts that, if someone says, Remilekun, Ajo, I need 50,000, your emergency fund isn't where you just have easy access to. There are some platforms like the money market funds that you can keep your emergency fund, that if you need to liquidate it, you need to give them at least 24 hours notice before you do that. So don't have your emergency funds easily accessible. Like where I keep my emergency fund is in a Standard Chartered Bank account. I make sure that I do not have internet banking on that account, and I don't have a debit card. A Buroni debit card is for me to quickly walk to any ATM machine to withdraw it. So I don't. So my own emergency fund, I keep in Standard Chartered Bank, and I make sure that, oh no, I don't want a debit card and I don't want an internet bank. So if anybody likes, so I need money till tomorrow, I won't go to that account, because it is even stress for me to leave my house to go to a Standard Chartered Bank. So that is for emergency fund. So we already said financial wealth is MMM. Let me say MMM. That is making money, managing money, and multiplying it. So how do you make money? You make money by being an employee. You make money by having a business. You know, business could be you selling goods and selling goods, while some make money by offering services, consulting services, accounting services. Some do freelancing. Ultimately, you make money by adding value in exchange for money. You can't say, you know, there are some Christians, they will just go to church, they will be praying every now and then, oh, money must come, 1 million must come, 2 million must come. If you pray from now till tomorrow, if you are not adding value, that money will not come to you. So you must think about what people need. What people need for you to exchange, you know, you give them value in exchange for money. So the second part is managing money. You know, like I said, the first speaker already spoke about budgeting. You must budget. For you to be able to be financially wealthy, budgeting takes a vital role in being financially wealthy. So you must determine your income. You must estimate your expenses. Oh, know what and what you spend money on, your house rent, your loma money, your, you know, everything, internet, telephone bill, you know, estimate your expenses. You set financial goals. Financial goals in the sense that, oh, if you earn 100,000 in a month, you should be able to segregate your needs from wants. We have wants. Those are basic necessity like shelter, like, you know, you pay school fees. Those are your wants. And needs, they are just extra. Needs like, oh, I want to have bone straight hair. I want to go for movies. I want to do girls hangouts. You know, you must be able to separate your needs from wants. You must create a plan and must track your spending. You know, we just finished a year now. If you really want to know where your money went to in 2023, print out your account statements. Look at it, track your spending. You know, this is a new year, new us. You know, all of us, we have new year, new goals. We'll say, oh, this is a new year, new me. If you do not do things differently in 2024, it's still going to be the same thing that you did in 2023. So you must be able to track your spending. And the next one is multiply your money. So how do you make your money work for you? You invest in different asset classes. There are different asset classes available, and I've been able to highlight some of the asset classes that we can invest in. The first one is local stock. Excuse me. Yeah. So local stocks in 2024, I'll tell you that Niger stocks really did well. I remember buying MTN share for, maybe the first time I bought MTN share was like 80 or 90 naira, 80 naira, 19 naira. They did something, was it early 2023 or maybe late 22? We got it for 169. You know, they did a public offer. And today, I'll tell you that MTN is about 238 or 240 naira. So Nigerian stocks really did well. Also, another stock that did well last year in 2023 is Transcorp. Others like GTB, Zenith, you know, they all did well. So I would say, though we will say there is devaluation of money, but devaluation of Naira, but I still believe that if you are still in Nigeria, you can still do a little bit of local stock. And how do you invest in local stock? Talk to any stockbroking firm. They will definitely set you up. And in the era of Obasanjo's internet, everything is now digitalized. You have a lot of apps that you can invest in Naija stocks. An example is Trove. So all you just do is to go to your Google Play Store or App Store on Apple device, download Trove, and you'll be able to navigate it. The second asset class is global stock. Global stock is stocks, they are stocks listed on the New York Stock Exchange. You know, the local stock, they are listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, that is NSE, but the global stocks, they are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So you can access from Nigeria, you can access global stocks via Bamboo. Bamboo is an investing app. You can always find it on your Play Store. You download Bamboo and you'll be able to navigate it. And there's also Trading 212. Trading 212 is in UK. I use both Bamboo and Trading 212, but I'm not sure if Trading 212 allows Nigerian subscribers to onboard again. But I did mine before COVID. That's early 2020 or during COVID. But by the time, at the end of COVID, they banned Nigerian subscribers. So if we have anyone staying in the UK or out of Nigeria, Trading 212 is also another app for you to, it's pretty simple. You log in, you give them your info, and you'll be able, in all of this, you must, I will say, don't take knowledge, education out of it. For you to invest in any asset class, you must be knowledgeable. You must go the extra mile to know about it, know about global stock, know about local stock, know about real estate. So you can't just wake up. No, you must be intentional in educating yourself about it. There is also eToro, there is Robinhood. There are so many stocks. We have Microsoft, we have Google, we have Nvidia, there are some ETFs. ETFs are called exchange traded funds. So ETFs, we have the VGT. Is it VGT? If I remember, before the end of this call, I should be able to let us know. It tracks the best 500 companies in the world. So you can just buy the ETF and leave it for as long as 5-10 years. Investing is not about kia money. It's not about, you invest today and you make 100% or 200%, or it's not Ponzi scheme. It's something you leave in for the long term, in the long term, 5-10 years. So we have real estate. Real estate is, we all know what real estate is. You buying land, buying properties. You can make money by, when you do outright purchase of a building, you can rent it out. And also there is what we called REIT. REIT is also real exchange investment trust fund. So you can get it on Bamboo, it's there. On Trading 212, it's there. There is an app we use here in Nigeria. It's called RiseVest. If you go to your Play Store, you'll see it there. RiseVest, they have 3 different packages. It's either you invest in stock, real estate, or Eurobond, based on your risk appetite. We will still come to that. Before you invest in anything, you must be able to determine your risk appetite. Are you a low risk taker? Are you a medium person or a high risk taker? So all this, I've actually listed all this based on the level of risk. So rates, their real estate investment trust fund, you can buy it from there. Also, insurance is an asset class. You buying insurance, buying life insurance, health insurance, auto insurance, they are asset classes, because there have been cases that maybe the car just breaks down. If you have a comprehensive insurance, you'll be able to get money back from them. There are pension funds. Those people working in corporate environments, anytime you get paid, of course, pension is always docked out from your money. even if you're a business owner, Leadway Assurance, they have a package for business owners. You can also pay in monthly against the future. We have commodities, gold, silver, agricultural products. There are some people, I know some ladies, oh, they believe in buying gold, as in real gold. They will keep it, you know, to resell in the nearest future. So gold is also an asset class. Also, that same gold, there are a lot of platforms now. You know, we call it brokerage firms, where you can invest in gold. You can buy gold and keep it too. So we have cash and cash equivalents, high yield saving accounts. Dr. Yenaya spoke about PiggyVest. PiggyVest is a high yield saving account which when you save your money there, you get as much as 6 to 8% on a yearly basis. But if you leave your money in the regular savings account, you will not have more than 1 or 2% in a year. So try as much as possible to leave your funds in high yield savings accounts. You know, an example is the emergency funds. We have money market funds, both in Naira and dollar. So examples of companies that gives those products, we have Stanbic IBTC. If you walk into any Stanbic IBTC and you tell them you want, even you don't need to work, it's online. Everything is now digitalized. We have money market funds in both Naira and dollar, and both funds pay, the Naira pays as much as 8%, while the dollar is about 6 to 8% on a yearly basis. You know, for the high risk taker, we have cryptocurrency. Some people decide that, oh, I want to keep Bitcoin. Some the early buyers of Bitcoin, maybe they bought it less than $1. As at today, a Bitcoin is $45,000. One Bitcoin is $45,000. We have Ethereum, we have altcoins. So where can you access all this? We have a lot of centralized exchanges like Binance, KuCoin, and DEX. And there's also Forex. I'm hearing myself again. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we also have Forex. There are some people, they do Forex. So Forex are currency pairs and commodities like gold. There are brokerage firms that offer currency pairs and gold on their platform. Examples of those brokerage firms, we have XNES, we have PU Prime, we have Capital. So all you just need to do is, you know, pick anyone that you are comfortable in investing and just start. Anytime you decide to start is your money. Because you did not start last year or 10 years ago, doesn't mean anything. If you have come to the realization today that, oh, I need to start investing, start now. So I need to let us know that, you know, I mentioned risk. We have the low risk taker, the medium, the high risk taker. So please note that each asset class has its own risk. Let me give you an example of real estate. If you go and buy land where you have Omonile, by the time you come back in another 1 year, Omonile might have taken your land. That is a risk. Someone like me, if I want to buy a land, I won't even go to where Omonile has direct control. I would rather deal with a developer so that every Omonile wala, the developer takes care of that. So every asset class comes with risk. Cryptocurrency, this Bitcoin that I just mentioned, that is 46,000, I'll be 45,000 today. Most people that bought some coins, was it on Monday or Tuesday, we just woke up and everything just nosedived. Each investment, each asset class has its own risk attached to it. So a well-balanced portfolio should include a mix of asset classes so that you balance your risk and return. Note that low risk leads low return. High risk gives high return. Cryptocurrency, Forex, they are high risk investments, they give high returns. Real estate, you might need to wait 5-10 years. Let me give you an instance. A group of myself and a group of friends, we bought a land 2020 somewhere in Lakowe. We got the land for 14 million. We got the land September 2020. I'll tell you that as at today, that same land is 25 million. You know, that is the way it is. So it's not even up to 4 years. It's about 3 years now. We've actually gotten double of how much we bought the land. And we are not even ready to sell the land now. We decided that we are going to wait another 5 years so that maybe we have it go up. You know, one thing is real estate industry is overvalued in Nigeria. We will wait for it to get to 50 million before we sell. So each asset class comes with its own level of risk. So that's basically that about financial investing. So another type of wealth is physical and time wealth. So, you know, this is self-explanatory. Physical wealth, for someone like me who is in my mid-40s, I don't take my health for granted. So you must do regular checkups, try as much as possible to catch enough sleep, take a lot of water, avoid junk food. I don't take Coke, all those fizzy drink, try as much as possible to avoid them. Do regular exercises, have personal hygiene, and be intentional about looking good, because there is this saying that people address you with the way you are dressed. So make sure that you are intentional with your physical wealth. So we have time wealth, set smart goals, specific measurable goals, stop procrastination. If you need to do something now, start it now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because time waits for nobody. If you don't start it now, next year you will still be 50. If you are 50 today, if you don't start it now, next year you will be 51. And you know, that goal that you have not set is still there. So try as much as possible to stop procrastinating. Do a lot of self and personal development. You know, develop yourself, read books, adopt good habits, learn new things. If you are opportune, travel the world, because by the time you are traveling, you'll be able to have more insight. You know, you'll be able to see the world, you see other people's culture. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you, ma'am.
Yes, okay, I can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, so that's about physical and time wealth. So spiritual, I'm a spiritual person. You know, like I mentioned, I grew up in a CAC home. So prayer is my core. So in anything you do, you know, there's a Yoruba saying that whatsoever it's going well, you need prayer. What is not going well to needs prayer. So you should make prayer a core of your daily activities. Anything you want to do, put God first. Put God first, and you will see wonders. And also practice gratitude. You must practice gratitude on a daily basis. You know, there is a song. You know, because I'm a CSC person, I sing a lot of Yoruba song. There is a song by a guy. Only Igba to ba tewa lorun, you are the most high. Tí ó bá dẹ̀ tún tewa lorun is still this most high. Because if you really look at it, we are better than quite a lot of people. So we should practice gratitude in all we do. And Dr. Yenaya spoke about social wealth. Invest in good relationships. Invest in good. It is very key. It is very, very, very key. Invest in good relations. You know, by the time you invest in good relations, you will see 1 or 2 opportunities that will crop up. You know, when they say, okay, for me, coming here to talk, it was a friend that like, oh, Ayomide, can you do this for me? If I had not invested in my relationship with her, she wouldn't have been able to call me to come talk on investing. Invest in good and be intentional about it. Engage in meaningful conversations. Don't just, you know, I have some friends that, you know, anytime they don't have, I used to have them that anytime you have conversation, they don't say anything meaningful. I want to hang around people who nudge me to greatness. They will not say, Shogbon got gist lover. So I'm like, Kilo come gist lover. Oh, have you seen this movie? I'm not saying it's not good to watch movies, but you know, I must be able to sit with you, be able to pick your brain. That is me. I must, if I sit with you, if I engage in conversation with you, I must be able to pick one or two things from you and roll with the right circle of people. So that's basically it. So conclusion today is you should understand the different types of wealth so that you can make informed decision about your personal and financial goals. So anything that you need to do, you just need to be intentional. Thank you very much. Do we have any question?
Are we still here? Please, you can put it in the chat box. I will read so that the speaker can answer. Can we do a very big thank you and give Mrs. Ayomide Owokade right? Is it Owokade?
Yes, please.
I love that.
Owokade.
Okay, Owokade. I love it. Either ways, I love that name. And that name is actually speaking for you. So can we give her a round of applause? Whether virtual, clapping, whether this physical, wherever you are, just say thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. That was value.
Thank
you. Somebody wants to ask a question, or is this person waving or what? So anybody, see if I know this is why I came here, ma. See, as the coach, I have written and written so much. Thank you. Okay. Beautiful. So you can hear some of the feedbacks we are getting. They said it is detailed and yeah. Thank you very much, ma. So question, no question. And on this note, I want to say a very big thank you to all our speakers. I'm not sure Coach AMA is still here, Morenike, because she asked for permission that she was going to be leaving. I think she also had. But on this note, I want to say a very big thank you to all our speakers. They have all over-delivered. And honestly, 24, I want everyone to, with all the nuggets that you have heard, on this, webinar that we have put together at Mindshift Series Academy. And I want to, I said before, I said when you look back with all the things that we have heard today, with the knowledge that we have received today, I want to be, by the time you are counting how far you have done in 2024, you will rub your back and say, Remileku, you have done so well for yourself this year. You will travel, you would invest, you will track your expenses. You will do budget, because budgeting is the starting of everything. If you are going to be accountable for the wealth that God is bringing to your space this year, I want to tell you, with all the things that we have here today about MMM, how to make money, how to manage money, how to multiply money, all our speakers, they have all into this, and it is such a wonderful and value-driven moment. So I want to say thank you to all our speakers and all the participants. I want to say thank you to you. I want to believe that you got value, and you are going to apply everything you have heard here. You are going to apply them, and you are going to everything that you have heard, because that is how you can actually say you got value. We wanted to spend 1.5 hours. If you take your time, gone at even over 3 hours, and we have been here. Time. I was going to call Mrs. Ayomide Dr. Ayomide. Maybe she's going to be a doctor. I'm prophesying that into her. And I want to
thank you. That means I should put that in my to-do list.
Yes, ma'am. I think that is prophetic. So, Dr. Ayomide, we are about you very soon. And so I want to thank you for the relationship we have all shared together, because relationship is the reason why we are here today. And we are also raising a community where we want people to rub minds together. From what Mrs. Ayomide said, she said there are things, there are conversations that you should not even, be aware of. You should be involved and engage yourself in meaningful conversations. So let me tell you one of the things that happened to me about relationship. So one of the ladies that, I have had relationship with in the past year is also here, sharing me up. This is what we do. So when I went for a summit this particular year at Lakowe, and so we were 4 ladies in the room, and we had a nudge, like God instructing us to say that we should not detach from that relationship that we have built, that we should nurture it. And today I want to tell you, 4 of us, we call ourselves leading ladies. 4 of us in the room, we have a separate group where we do beautiful things. So one of us is Fatima Bereduga. I want to say thank you for the relationship that we share, for the sisterhood. And so I am not just some of these things. I am not just bringing the speakers here. These are the things that I'm also doing too, because the Bible says it is not that you hear these things, but you be doers of them. That is when you can get your reward. And so on this note, I want to say thank you to Segilola, to Elizabeth, to Ifeoluwa, to who is this Speckles iPhone? I don't know. Olumilola, Fatima Beredu, Dr. Peter Oyeneye, Coach Mosu, Morenika Mosu, and to Dr. Ayomide Owokade. The Lord bless you. Thank you for impacting. And I know that the word is sure. Beyond all that you shared with us here, we are coming back with our results, and it will be so evident and visible. So to a greater and wealthy 2024, I say congratulations to everyone on this webinar. Thank God you made it, and God bless you. So we are from the end of the webinar. And I also remember there's one more person that I did not remember to say thank you. That is a relationship that I also share. Mrs. B, she's the brain behind our digital sharing of slides and everything. Honestly, ma, supposed to be in the meeting, but she said, Remy, I love you so dearly. That's what I'm doing for you. You can imagine if I'm the same person, admitting people, checking slides, some of those things. But she gave me the power to say thank you very much, ma'am. God bless you. And all the participants, the Lord bless you. Thank you and God bless. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
2024. Wealthy 2024. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.